Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I hope y'all missed me. But no, all seriousness, I just felt called to do content. I was tired today, so I did not sleep at all last night, and I did that. I messed that up. Um, if you've been following, like I definitely talk about like not having a great connection with sleep. However, when my mom came from Mother's Day, like I was able to get like the best rest ever. And that kind of like gave me my like little sleep schedule, which is still isn't like I guess traditional, but it works for me. It has me up in the morning, even though that's not my thing. But it definitely works for me. So yesterday that got thrown off because yesterday like we were doing some more packing up and moving stuff. So definitely was working on that. So definitely work myself to the bone. Like probably start like 8 and probably like stopped around like 4 or 5. Um, Went out to get food for dinner to cook. Was so tired after I came from the grocery store. Like on my way home, I was like, Charlotte, like, do you want to just get something to eat? Because I'm tired and I'm not gonna come in the house and cook. Like I'm not gonna even hold you. Like I'm not cooking right away. Like I'm gonna need a nap. So that's what ended up happening. Like I ended up getting something, some takeout and shit is so expensive, but but I ended up doing that and ended up falling asleep, and I think I probably slept for like maybe 3 or 4 hours. So which meant I woke up. It was probably like 9, 10. Um, couldn't go to sleep. Couldn't go to sleep the whole night. Stayed up this morning. Charlotte had a hair appointment, which we love. We love the woman that does her hair. She's just such a phenomenal person. I feel like we soul sisters because like we definitely be on the same wavelength. And I'm finding that like God is blessing me with the people in my life that are on the wavelength that I am. I don't feel like I have to overly always explain myself. Like we can get each other like when we're talking. I have been blessed with finding more people like me, and I love it. I'm so grateful that God, did that for me. So, I started micro locks on Charlotte's hair probably like last year in May or June. I think it was May, but it could have been June. So I have been doing her like her reties and baby, I always tell people I can do hair. I don't like to do hair. Like even when I had my locks, I would do my hair, even though I don't like to do it. Like, but I didn't do it often because I was just like, man. But I don't like doing hair. I do it to save money. So, the woman that does her hair, which I posted her on my Instagram. So if you're interested, if you have locks or you are interested in starting micro locks, she starts them, and she does a wonderful job of retying, and she's quick. And it was like one of the things that I would definitely be outsourcing is her hair, like because I'm tired. I've done her hair like most of her life. um, she has gotten her hair done by the lady that I'm talking about before. However, Dante used to pay for that. So when we would get our hair done, like at a certain, yeah, matter of fact, like Dante used to pay for me to get my hair done, period, because I'm so cheap. Like I'll just do it myself. So yeah. So, but it takes me a long time to do it. So I was so happy and grateful and blessed that I could actually, get someone else to do it. God, thank you. Find somebody else to do it because I be tired. Like I just do too much. Like I'm starting to realize that, like now that I am not in a psychosis state, I definitely feel like, I don't even care to say it was a psychosis state, but I just feel like I was on a whole nother like realm than everybody else was when everything was happening to me, and shit still be happening to me. And that's another thing I'm proud of. Like, I'm just proud of the way I'm handling things. Like, life is gonna happen to us. That's just life. I think that's the game of life. Do I think the game of life should be certain things that be happening to us? No. But I think, like, death, that's the game of life. I don't think, like, we should be worried about food scarcity right now. Like, we just have so much technology, like, we shouldn't even have to worry about that. But that's the man's game of life. That's not like regular nature's game of life, even though I do say nature will correct itself and balance out things. That's how sometimes we have natural disasters, but then you got man making machines and changing weather and doing all kinds of crazy shit. So some of this stuff is not the design of life. It is definitely man-made, and I'm learning that. And I'm learning that the stuff that is actual life stuff, like the stuff that, like, we can't control none of this stuff to certain degrees. We can't control some of this stuff if we stood together, but to a certain degree, some stuff that happen, we can't control it. And the quicker that you learn that you're not in control of anything but yourself, and sometimes you're not even in control of that, because sometimes you let other things take over. And I think that's the point, is learning how to get control of yourself and focus on yourself. The better quality of life you will have. That has been helping me a lot. It's so many things. Like, I have epiphanies every single day that it's just like, girl, I wish you would have figured this out in your early 20s. Like, you'd have been unstoppable. I would have really been unstoppable. But I am thankful for all my experiences, the hard ones, the easy ones, my accomplishments. I'm truly happy for everything, because it made me who I am, and it molded me to be who I am. And even though I think I was born with a natural caring heart, I feel like my life experiences made me even more caring for others, because I just know how it feels to be the underdog, to be counted out. I know how it feels to be such a great person. And I don't say this to be conceited or cocky, like, but to be like a phenomenal person, to be a person that you put in the hard work, you put in the dedication, and you still get overlooked, or you still don't get the credit or recognition that you feel like you deserve. I feel like I know that feeling all too well, and feel like I'm now finally figuring it out. Like, I really don't need recognition or credit from anyone else. I just need to realize, like, how wonderful and great I am, and that has been just a game changer for me. Being broke and having fun, I thought, like, I even learned this too while I was with Dante, but I'm sorry, my damn leg itch. So even being with him, like, I did learn, like, you can still have fun and be poor. And as a kid, if I look back, I was poor, and I still had fun in life. So I'm kind of getting back to those roots of less is more for me. So even though I'm poor, like, I can have fun by going out into the nature and finding a river or some type of stream, or going to hug a fucking tree. Like, taking my socks off and just putting my feet in the grass, or feeling sand, or hearing the waves. Just being in water, the sun, all of that stuff. Like, just, oh my God, I'm so grateful for the little things, and I still do my gratitudes each day. Like I've said in other videos, like, I do them multiple times throughout the day, like when I just catch little stuff. And it's not even for things that, like, most people would be grateful for. It's the little things, like when I go out, I mean, like, just being here, like, I'm breathing air, and even though our air is polluted, like, it's still air that's keeping me alive. I'm just grateful for so many things, And it's just, you know, finding out that the key to life is, you know, basically learning how to still be okay when the waves come crashing in. I think that's like the biggest one for me. So like learning how to enjoy life even when you're at your breaking points, or you're at the crossroads, or you're at a turning point, or you're at a crisis situation. Like just learning to still have a positive mindset. And when I say that, like, I want people to know, like, I'm not positive all the time. I will cuss you the fuck out. Like, I don't know how to put this, but I will cuss you the fuck out. And I think some people, they'll see this smile and they just like, or they will meet me and I am warm and fucking fuzzy. Like, I promise you, when you meet me, like, I am really nice. And or I could be mean, but for real, if you don't give me a reason to be mean, like, I'm such a nice person. And I say that because I know myself now. I can say that, like, I am a nice person on average. However, you know, I had a situation where it was this weekend, like, where some shit came up for me, and it was like I had to work through that. Like, I had to really, really work through it. And however, I'm proud of myself because, like, now I'm able to have a conversation with myself. Like, why do you feel this way? Like, why does this person doing this, that, or the third, you know, have the ability to, you know, make you feel this way? What is it that's triggering you? And this weekend, it was boundaries for me. So my boundaries were overstepped, and I just, it was so petty. But it was overstepping my boundaries. I said no for this, and the person did it anyway. And it was like, it was kind of like, all right then, like, so do I react in a nasty way, or do I react in an assertive way? And for a child growing up where all I saw was aggression being assertiveness, and or either shutting down being, you know, passive. So like, I never really got to see like, hey, look, I'm sorry if you didn't understand me the first time, but let me be more clear this time. This is what's gonna happen. This is how I feel. This is what I need, you know, from you. And if you can't, you know, like, if you can't, you know, respect that, then I could just block you. Like, we don't even need to go back and forth and none of that stuff. Like, or you could just be blocked. So just learning that, like, and I was pissed off. Like, I don't even want to share the situation because I don't want the person to feel bad, because that's not why I was doing that. I was protecting my own peace. So in the past, I probably would have put their peace over my peace and still dealt with that situation the way they probably would have wanted me to. Or it would have been dealt with, and then I would have eventually did cut somebody out because I went against what I felt. So this go around, I was able to articulate, like, you feel upset because that person overstepped your boundaries. Like, you set a boundary, they overstepped it. Now, what are the consequences, or how will you handle this? And for me, it was being very clear and direct. Maybe I wasn't clear the first time, and now there are going to be some consequences set in place. Like, you can just be cut out completely. So I think I don't know, I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of my growth. I still have hard times. I still struggle. Well, I ain't gonna say struggle because I hate that word, and I know struggle and suffering, and I ain't struggling or suffering. So, but I will say that I still, you know, I still have moments where I'm sad. I still have moments where I'm angry. I still have moments where, I allow my mom to reel me in the gospel, and I have to check myself and be like, hey, look, like, not your monkey, not your circus, get the fuck off the phone. So like, I'm learning I'm learning my nervous system, and I'm learning how to maneuver and deal with different people and different situations. And I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I'm real proud of myself. Another thing that I kind of came on here to make a video about is me noticing growth and healing within my relationship with my daughter. We've always had a very, very, very close bond. But however, when I stayed in the relationship with Dante, I told you guys I went through mental health issues, and I definitely was shut down at times. So it was almost like, you know, I was present, but I wasn't there. So she felt that. She knew that person who it was a body. She knew that it was a body. Like, she even talks about like times where she was like, Mama had to come get you out of bed and tell you like, go use the bathroom, or did you eat? So in her world, she was parenting her parent. And it breaks my heart for her that she had to go through that, because that created her to be adultified. It created her to be a caretaker at an early age. And it just put so much pressure on her she shouldn't have had. Me coming to terms with that was really, really hard. I know when I left Dante in 2022, I didn't talk about this much. Don't many people know, but like, I went through it. Like, my coworkers know, my mom knows, but like, I went through it. So I went through it, and I think the hardest part of going through it was what I went through with my child. So I think I've hinted around to this, but I haven't went into like deep context. But we were at odds, and I would say more of she was at odds with me. And to give context and background, like, it had got to a point before it had got to a point where I definitely should have left. But it had got to a point before then, like when my child came to me, it was like, he's gaslighting you. You know, like, we had conversations, and I would break down and I would cry, and I'd be like, I'm gonna leave. I promise you I'm gonna leave. Like, just give me time. I'm gonna leave. You know, like, almost like a drug addict. Like, they're gonna tell you they're gonna quit. And I kept giving her that. So I think once we finally left, like, number one, she finally was in a safe space where she could verbalize and vocalize without any repercussions or consequences. So it was more like, when we got our own space, like, baby, did I hear it. So I got to hear a lot of the damage that me and him did to her. So and as a parent, that's hard to hear. Usually we want to automatically get on the defense, and I did sometimes go to the defense about it. I remember getting her a therapist, and the heifer started telling the therapist all my childhood business. And I'm like, bro, like, what does this have to do with you? But it's funny because my child is very intelligent. She knows it has everything to do with her. Like, she knew that it wasn't her. It was me. It was me, and it was him. And like, it wasn't her. And I wasn't picking that up. I'm like, I got you a therapist because you're hurting. Like, you're something wrong with you. And first thing she wanted to do was like air out the family business. And it's like, look, now I'm airing out family business, but I'm doing it to heal, you know, my lineage and to heal other people's lineages. So that's, my child is very intelligent. I give her that. Like, God bless me. I swear, like, I lost the opportunity to be a mother when I was a teenager. I'm beyond thankful that God gave me the opportunity to like guide this little girl, trusting me to do it. And I fucked up along the way, but like, he just gave me the perfect, and I feel like she chose me too. So I think we choose these people in these situations, unfortunately. I think that's how I think of it. I'm not pushing this on nobody. None of my views are ever to be pushed on nobody. If you relate, you relate, and that's great. But so Yeah, I just thank God for her because she's so beyond her time. Like she definitely have been here before, and she came here to get my ass straight, and she be doing it. And I came here, I'm here to make sure she stays straight. So, or at least the basic rules and know how to navigate this place. So, um, we definitely went through it. Like she definitely was hurting. I was hurting. I was hiding a lot of my feelings. I was kind of numbed out. But she was hurting bad. She had some mental health issues herself, which as a parent, I feel like is one of the worst and hardest feelings like to have is to know that, your child is hurting and you caused it. And even if you don't cause it, but it's even more when you cause it because it's like you're guilty of it. And then even more so is like you don't even know how to fix it. Like I know with my mom, when she dealt with it with me, she liked to buy me things, and that was like I don't give a shit. Like that was her way of being like, love. Like I remember when I would get in trouble at school. Like I remember I got to fighting at school one time, like, and I got suspended, and she took me shopping, and it was like this thing. Like I was old enough to correlate that like she was trying to make me feel better. Like she knew something was wrong, and that was her way of trying to make me feel better. But like it's like that's not helping my emotions. So with my child, like my child wouldn't even like she would talk to me, but it would always be aggressive and mean and anger or complete sadness. And it was like I don't know what to do with this. And we did try therapy. First go around, she did not connect with the young lady, but I don't think one time is enough. However, I am kind of also one of those parents, like I don't want to force it on her because then I feel like that'll leave like this negative feeling about it when she gets older and maybe she is more mature enough to do therapy or something. So I didn't want to force it on her, but when Dante died, we did do some sessions with this place called I think it's Full Circle. It's like a grieving place for families. That was actually good, and she actually liked it. But then I think we started to navigate stuff ourselves. Like I don't know, definitely me. I started to navigate shit without my therapist, and she started to navigate things without her therapist. But the door for therapy is always open for her if she needs it. But our bond is getting way, way stronger. We are laughing and playing together again, like which we used to do that anyway. But it was kind of like almost like, okay, I would work and I would work like I told you, like I would work, do all these things. Like I would go to my 9 to 5. Have all these like outside activities. Like I'm a part of the OES. Going to my narcissistic abuse groups. I even had online narcissistic abuse groups outside of like my in-person ones that like I use if I needed like a tune-up and I felt like I was being weak or whatever. I would do that. I was working on my business. So my first business before the second one, like I was working on that. Wasn't making any money from it on that end of working on it, but it was like a lot of research that goes into it, and it just was like a lot. So like most of the time when I came home, it was like, here's your dinner, and we kind of like went to sleep, and it was no real true bonding or like just hanging out, having fun. When the summer came, like we were always around each other, but it was just like no quality time. Like now we're starting to like have quality time. Like it feels good. I feel like I'm the mother that I used to be. And that makes me sad, like when I think about like our relationship having a rift in it because of a man. And I think this came up earlier, actually. She was talking about one of her friends' situations with their moms and picking boyfriends over and all that stuff. And we were like, and I was telling her, I was like, well, like, don't be too judgmental. Like, Shit, I stayed in a relationship 11 years. Like, at least she picking different ones. Like, I stayed with the same one for 11 years. I picked your dad. Like, and matter of fact, even before all those two, you know, I had family members and repeated relationships, like, that led me to them. So I was like, I think that, you know, just talking to her as like I said, I look at it like I'm her guide in this life. So just telling her, like, you know, well, the reason women or men end up in that situation is because we don't love ourselves. And that was clearly my issue. And some of us take longer to figure out that we need to love ourselves. And that's just how it go. And I don't judge people, you know, like, they got to figure out their own lives. I find that, you know, judging is a human nature thing. However, you know, it's never too late to check yourself or why you judging stuff. Usually when you judging someone else, it is almost always connected to your own personal views. So I will say, like, check yourself when you're judging other people. But I do not generally try to judge shit like that. Like, trust in my own lane. But I do judge people, so I'm human. I work on that. We always can work on things. I'm just not working on my cursing right now. It's funny because some days I curse and some days I don't curse at all. And then some days I curse like a sailor. And I don't know. It don't bother me. That's a sin I'll stay with. Because I feel like language is not a sin anyway. Because man created that. So, like, I feel like it's the intention behind it. So, like, if I cuss you out, I'm wrong. Like, I'm being hateful. But if I'm just cursing, it's just because I don't feel like finding the words to use. But, yeah, I think, like, that is a big gratitude for me. These birds, they still got me in the chokehold. Like, I see a bird, and it's just like, oh, my gosh. Like, oh, my gosh. Cardinals is a big one. Oh my God, the damn Cardinals. That is a bird for Virginia too. Go figure. But yeah, I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful that it's summer. I don't know if I got a tan yet, but it's loading. It is loading. I am loading up some beautiful brown skin. I already got beautiful brown skin, but it's cooking up. Maybe a darker tone. Can't wait to flaunt it. So, yeah. I still don't know where I'm moving to. It's scary as fuck. Like, I don't even want that. I don't want to lie to y'all. Like, it's scary. And I think, like, I want to always update you on this because I feel like this is a part of my journey, and I feel like, you know, anyone watching this that feel cause to say, you know, forget it. Let me do what I like to do. I just want you to know that it is easy, but that still doesn't mean you don't have challenges or you don't have fears and stuff. And, like, I remember having a conversation when I went to the Pathways events for the Mellon Research Fellows, and one of the students, older students, I love her. She was like, yeah, you know, I was telling my boyfriend, you just got to do it scared. And she's right. Like, sometimes you just got to do life scared. Like, if that's what you want, go after it. Do it scared. And trust in yourself, trust in God. When I say God has been sending me miracles and so many beautiful people, so many beautiful signs to just keep going and just keep doing this. I mean that. And you can look at me like you crazy, like I'm crazy. I don't give a crap. It is working for me. So I would just say, if you're in a situation like this, keep going. Keep doing what makes you happy. I'm gonna keep doing what makes me happy. And just know that, you know, it comes with challenges. I think it's mostly mental stuff, like, but I would like to thank my family. I would like to thank Dante. because y'all niggas made me fucking strong. I am a beast. Like, I am a beast. And my faith is like, I always had faith, but my faith is like on a whole nother level. My mental endurance is on a whole nother level, like a whole nother level. So when I have fear come up, I talk about, you know, just the same way I was like, I talk about, you know, my anger. Like, I talk about the fear. Like, what are you scared of? Even with my business, starting my business, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared I won't have clients. And then, you know, boom, I have a client. I'm scared, you know, I'm scared of the money that I have to invest. And then it's like, you know, boom, it's a reminder that, like, at least you can invest this. Like, so at least you got it to invest. Because, like, long story short, like, I was working on my website and my laptop crashed on me. And I talked about this in previous videos, like how that laptop was old and I needed a new one. And thank God I had the funds to get a new one. But you know, stuff like that ends up happening, and it's just like, instead of me looking at it negatively, I look at it positive. Like, at least I had the money. It could have crashed, and then, you know, I would have been inconvenienced and had to go to the library and work in other people's space and be out, you know, my comfort zone. So, like, I'm blessed. I'm still blessed. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to see where this go. And I have a story time coming up for you. So, this, I guess, is the tease and the thoughts. And I'll be posting my story time. I don't know which video I'm gonna post first, but I'm about to stop this one and do story time because I haven't done story time in a long time. So, and because I was talking about the bond with my daughter, I think I want to do her birthing story because I don't remember doing it. So, yeah, there we go.